Hello everyone. Welcome to this week's message. It's the last week of April before we go into May. And you will remember we had that beautiful new moon on Friday, which stirred up a lot of stuff. Not only Friday, but prior to Friday. So remember, this was again the 17th, and you will remember what happened on the 17th of February. So seems to be a bit of a theme right now as we are busy with an intense rebirth, reconnection to your soul self, and how you experience that in the world and also portray that in the world. So remember, it is all about finding your truth that is in line with the greater whole, with soul consciousness, with the creator energy, beyond religion and spirituality. It's your true self and what makes sense to you and how we express that. So this morning, the angels have been guiding me already as I was preparing to tell me, because obviously this is my message as well, to tell me that we are being pushed to see what is untrue, what is stuck, and where we still try to be the good person, have more compassion, have more understanding, when people don't really have that for us. And that means that they are not aligning with your destiny anymore, and that you need to make space for the people who do. And this might feel like a lonely road, and I think that is sometimes why we give in and try again and try to understand their perspective, and this will simply not do anymore. Finn is sitting next to me, so the farts are coming from this one. So we've got a beautiful autumn morning and a lot of rain, which is strange for this time of the year here, but it's cleansing, letting go. And I've been in extreme physical pain, which I don't always share with people, because then they always tell me, but why don't you just ask the angels to heal you? Or why don't you do this? Or why don't you do that? I have an understanding of my own path, and I understand that I carry the pain of the world, and I'm helping to transcend that. And you might feel that in yourself as well. So this is also a time where you shouldn't judge yourself, or what you should do or shouldn't do, or fall into hopelessness, but be present with whatever is. And this is also something I want to talk about today. You know, my truth seems to be strange to everybody else. I don't necessarily teach what's already in the books or what is being said out there or from another teacher. I gain my information directly from Spirit, the angels, the archangels, God, the ancient ones, and I share that. And it doesn't always agree with what you believe or with our old perceptions, even my old perceptions. They just constantly break everything that I used to believe is true. And then we have to shift that mindset, and we have to shift our perspective. So this can be a very lonely road, and I know how it feels to be rejected. I mean, even in the spiritual world, in South Africa, there's a lot of people that don't agree with what I teach, but I cannot change what I teach, because this has been with me since birth. I can simply not understand that people can be spiritual, whether in a religion or not, and still abuse the earth, still abuse the animals, and still feed the animals and harvest them in a way that is destructive, because you claim to need the collagen or the bone broth or the meat. It just simply does not make sense to me, because this is not who we are as spiritual beings. And I will always keep sharing those teachings, because it doesn't come from me, it comes through me from Spirit. And if that doesn't agree with you, we are simply not aligned, and that's okay. I'm just calling to people to align with their truth without the fear of rejection, without the fear of being pushed away, Because the more you close in on your circle, and your circle becomes smaller and smaller, the more honest it is, the more pure it is, the more supported you will be. Don't lose faith in you and yourself. And this is what this new moon brings. It brings an absolute truth. It is showing you who is still in your life that shouldn't be, and who you have been carrying with you out of this idea that you need to have compassion and understanding and love and support and all of that. Let it go. They've got their own path. And if it doesn't align with yours, you're just wasting energy trying to share it with them. So it's a week of big changes and choices. This is also why I shared on Friday that Friday was an intense day to commit, especially to your path. Remember, as we travel across the world, we access all lifetimes, all the information, wisdom. We're being guided to remember further and further back into our deepest being. And this is why I do the pilgrimages, and this is why I take people places and take myself places. Despite my physical pain, despite my challenges, I go, because this is why we are on earth. We are here to remember it back into the world, to bring it back into the space of being, to align with your own true soul destiny. And you will only find that when you remove yourself from ego and doubt, when you trust God above all else, when you trust that you are being supported in your spiritual life, on your spiritual path, that is all that matters, beyond money, beyond time, beyond love, beyond health. If you are not busy with that which is your highest possible path in this lifetime, you are missing the bus. So this video is about calling you to remember. It's calling you to show up, because there's not going to be second chances anymore. This is where you need to fulfill your destiny. Show up for you, nobody else. Be the one that knows what you need, how you support yourself. And this is also why I'm going back to the Redwoods next month. And I'm going to share some videos, because that is my cathedral. Those ancient giants, trees that are over 2,000 years old, standing tall. But I go to remember. The trees speak to me. They share their names. They share their memories, just like the rocks in Ireland and Scotland, the temples in Egypt. They hold memories. And it's not about understanding it with your mind. It's to step into that space so that it can be reactivated through your soul, through your energy centers back into the DNA of this body. Can you see how important that is? Can you understand that? You don't show up for anybody else except yourself. So show up for yourself in your life. Choose this week, because this week's energy is all about that. Facing what is untrue, drawing the line, being strong enough to say no, and being strong enough to say yes to you and your path. You see Akai there in the background. The wolves are just so beautiful, and I just love Anubis. You know, the wolves are in my life because they maintain the frequency of my space, because I channel spirit a lot. Every Thursday evening in our Ascension classes, I channel spirit, and the wolves are there to support my energy, to support the vibration of my space. And Anubis has shown up because that vibration is being taken to a next level I am being prepared. And the people that show up for the classes, the pilgrimages, the retreats, they are being prepared. You are being summoned. So if this message is for you today, I'm reaching out to you. The angels are reaching out to you. This is your time. It's your choice. So exhale. Be in love with yourself this week. Don't put yourself down. Don't doubt. We went through a bit of that last week as well. But we are being reborn. And aspects of ourselves are being reborn upon the earth right now, to build on what we are putting in place. So imagine if a little part of your soul has split off and being born in a different body somewhere in the world right now. Wouldn't you want to do everything possible to build the foundation for that incarnation? And I know it sounds weird, but this is the things that I usually keep quiet about because it's strange and it pushes people away. But not anymore. This is who I am. And I will vibrate this. I will share the angels' teachings, their love for this earth, for you, for the animals, until the day I die. And if I make only one impact in one person to wake up to see that truth, that will be enough. Next week I will still make a video before I leave for the Redwoods, and I hope to be able to do that while I'm there as well. So you can follow me on my YouTube channel, Angel Messages, or just follow this link and then go and subscribe and be with us there as well. And I'll bring that energy back to my teachings, to my messages that I do for clients from the angels and loved ones. I will bring it back to South Africa to uplift this community and this consciousness, because this is my destiny. Lots of love from me. See you soon. Bye, guys.